All right, boy. So here we are, man. You already know the deal, man. We got some leaks, boys. All right, we got some official leaks, and we have the notorious beta leaks. All right, wait. Don't let Amazing find out, all right? We don't want no more rants from Amazing. Find out we're doing more beta leaks, all right? But, you know, we got some leaks to talk about today in today's video. And obviously, with the beta leaks, we're going to have a little bit of discussion and stuff like that. So let's get straight into it, man. All right, so we on the Discord of the LAN server right now. And as you can see right now, you can see Jormungand. If you don't know, it says right here, the next unit to release will be Valentine's Jormungand. All right, so we're gonna have an OC seasonal for the part 2, which that means the next banner will be this Valentine's Jormungand. And we also have another leak that the name will be Sweet Temptation Royal Serpent Jormungand, and will give bleed effects to enemies. Now, what does this mean? All right, if you don't know, Jormungand is the character first came out being a deer character, but when it comes to these seasonal characters can be, in terms of OC, be for all of the demonic beasts, like what we've seen with Red Magelda, or it can be to the current meta demonic beasts, what we see like Red Thonar, which is gonna be for the rat. Because you don't know, the rat, you need like 3 types of debuffs, being poison, bleed, and shock. So when you have a character that can provide bleed, it kind of gives you a lot of options to use in the current team. Because right now, the only characters that can apply that bleed is like what not Blue Valenti. I think Blue Scotty provides the bleed. Valenti is the one who provides the poison and the shock. So usually you just need a extra bleed character. Other people, they just go with anything that has a bleed. Some people use Shoutier. Some people use Gloxinia. Some people even use King, the Fast King, in terms of providing that bleed. So seeing as this Jormungand is going to be added to the team, it could pretty much help out your runs, especially because, again, Valenti want characters who have a different type of race than herself to provide a part of her passive to work. So right now, the team usually features DK Meliodas, Valenti, maybe Gloxinia, and then LR Liz. So that's a demon, human, fairy, and a goddess. So we gonna replace that Gloxinia, and for Jormungand, so now you have an unknown. So you still basically have different types of races for the Ratatasker. So that could be a really, really good pickup, especially if you're a person who's trying to farm up the rat. Again, I don't know if they're ever gonna release more relics though, so that is something to also expect. And now here comes the juicy part, which is the beta leaks, man. All right, so as you can see right now, of yesterday, it was 2 Ragnarok units that was added to the files, being Loki of Trickery, and you also have Odin. Credit to Leaker B. Now, if you don't know from the official leaks, just in case you don't know the names, this was Leaker R, which is Regents. Again, Regents is the same person who used to leak before Alexis in terms of units before he started doing beta leaks. He used to just officially leak them through like the files. The same thing what Alexa did, or SDS leaks, whatever you want to call them. So his, in terms of this leak, is pretty legit. All right, it even gives you the name. All right, so they just let you know how legit that one is, which is why that's in the official leaks. Now this one is obviously a beta one, or probably the one you gotta hold with a grain of salt in terms of these characters. And he also lets us know of the Valentine Jormungand beta kit. Again, this stuff can always change. Again, have a grain of salt. It says damage reduction based on race, HP related buff based on how many units are on the field. Interesting. Attack buff based on specific action. And lastly, her passive will not touch her relic, and a unit is not a floor for deer units. So that's what a lot of people was kind of expecting, was if this character would be something that would be made for the 4th floor to deer. Just because, again, we haven't gotten a Ragnarok update in a very long time. So that should be coming up pretty soon, where we're going to get a 4th floor of the deer, because that is the next up in terms of a demonic beast update. And this sounds pretty interesting. Again, it seems like it's more like based on Valenti's passive. You know how Valenti have like those certain conditions to proc her passive. Like I said before, she has a passive where you need different types of races. And then she also have a passive where every time you cleanse, you obviously get more stats. I think that's attack related or HP. It's one of those two things. All right. So to see that this have like different types of actions, it will be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously, what the Ratatasker honestly needs, man, is a character who is immune to petrification. If we can have it where we're immune to petrification, that opens up a lot of possibilities, bro. A lot of possibilities for characters to be useful for the Ratatasker. Obviously, we haven't been really getting holy relics like that back to back like that. So them giving us another unit for Ratatasker is kind of like pointless. But again, we'll see what this character will do. And then you also have the Ragnarok update. Like I said before, we haven't gotten that in a while. So it says currently in development, it might change. So we have Odin's passive should look something like this, where he's shown in the art holding the golden apple. You can see right there. Probably was Photoshop this one. Kind of give you an eye. His passive is currently called Eyes of the Lord. And it does seem like the next chapter will focus on Odin and Loki. And Odin is currently listed as a festival. As for Loki, I have no information if he's going to be a 600 or a festival. Special thanks to Drexel for helping with the art, which is, I'm assuming, this part. And then this is credit to Leaker B again. So, could we see for the upcoming festival, which is the Global Anniversary Festival, Odin as a festival? Let's talk about it. A Ragnarok festival for the Global Anniversary. Honestly, this is all, I'm gonna speak in terms of bias because of me being a YouTuber. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly would not mind Odin being a Ragnarok festival or the next festival. All right, just because, all right, hear me out, just because when it comes to Ragnarok updates, they actually have content. Okay, I'm sorry, man, but the 4 co-op festivals, obviously they hype, they cool, whatever, but they don't have content. All right, they just give you a lot of freebies, a lot of rewards, but in terms of content, it's pretty lackluster. The only thing I usually ever see in a 4 Koa update is literally like a Percival minigame. That's all you get. That's your content. All right, I can't make videos on a Percival minigame. I can make a video on a demonic beast guide. All right, I can do a video on types of different teams for the demonic beast. I can't do that for a Percival minigame. All right, again, we haven't seen nothing in terms of bosses that actually matters in terms of 4 Koa yet. Again, we have seen it through story maybe, but in terms of us actually playing against the bosses, they just rerun the same 4 bosses. All right, we tired of seeing goddamn Gallant Cousin. We tired of seeing Malik. We tired of seeing a Pikachu boss. We are tired of seeing the red demon looking one, the form red demon. All right, those bosses are literally get reran through the ground. The super bosses get reran through the ground. The only new super boss we ever gotten was Hell. All right, can we see some other super bosses like from the other OCs? Golly. But that's just me just ranting in terms of content. That's why I said I wouldn't mind a Ragnarok update, just because 4 Koa, I feel like we'll still do the same thing in terms of like viewership, in terms of festival. Just because 4 Koa is mostly humans, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Odin is gonna mostly be like a god-based character, which can be a little bit more refreshing. Again, it's unknown, and we already know people hate unknowns, but it gives you more revival to the unknowns, because unknowns is kind of trash right now. Again, Milim is really good, but Milim doesn't need unknowns. All right, she just needs a Nanashi in the back, and she's good. All right, so if this can revive the unknown team, that could be also really nice. Again, a lot of people wanted like something like Tristan, from what you can see up here, to be the next festival, which I'm kind of questionable about Tristan, just because isn't it that when it comes to Global Anniversary, they don't really do future characters, right? I think that's only November festival where they do like a future character, where a character that doesn't appear until later on into the story. And Tristan literally appears later on into the story, so that is kind of a questionable Global Anniversary festival. Again, maybe they might switch it up. Again, it could be Tristan, it could be something like refreshing, like we see right here. It could be a dual unit with Indra's. I can't think of the name. Indra Derriere and Monspeed. That could also be a pretty cool thing. Again, there's a lot of possibilities. There's some other leaks with 4 Koa as well too. I'm not gonna lie to you, don't really care about that 4 Koa character. You also have like some beta leaks in terms of an LR Merlin. I mean, that one is kind of. Can you even say that's a beta leak? All right, because let's be honest, man. They're gonna go down to sins. All right, they already did Dian. They already did Meliodas. They already did King. They already did Bond. All right. They already did Escanor. All right, Merlin was kind of a no-brainer. All right. And yeah. So that is pretty much the update. Again, I was gonna like do like a breakdown and stuff like that in terms of looking at like the current banners and stuff like that to make sure I wasn't tripping about me saying isn't like usually like future characters. I think last year was Lancelot. Obviously, Lancelot was last year, which again is a future character. He doesn't appear until later on to the story. Again, we just know him as the Fox Sin the Fox. And I think what was last year? What was last year November Festival? They had a lot of banners. Oh, was it Liz? Queen Elizabeth? Is she yeah, she technically is November Festival. Cause on Global she's December, but she technically is a November Festival. Cause on JP she was a week ahead, right? Yeah, it was a week ahead for JP, right? So she was technically the November Festival, and I don't think she appeared in her story till like later on. Again, I could be wrong about the whole future character when it comes to the November Festival trend. But again, it's just like a little bit of discussion. October 3rd. Okay. That was just kind of a throwaway banner. Let me see what was 22nd. What was 22nd festival? And what was Global? Global 23rd was Mael. Yeah, Mael, like they usually like the current story, right? Like the Global anniversary is usually like the current story in terms of festival. So that's gonna be kind of interesting to see if they might change something or switch it up. Let me see, what was this one? Oh, it was Escanor. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Escanor came later on into the story, right? Ultimate Escanor. This, cause yeah, I think he came later on. So I think November is usually the future characters. But yeah, that was pretty much it in terms of the video. Again, it was just like a whole little discussion talking about the official leaks and the future leaks into preparation towards the next week banner. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, make sure you guys like and subscribe again. There's some other guys. I'm out. Peace.